Welcome back, Officers Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief, APGAINS. Can we get a round of applause, everyone? Everyone in chat, Arnold's streaming right now, so there's no one watching us. We're in his shadow. But everyone give a round of applause for the new raid. I would like to preface this, after having just read through it and given myself 35 and a half seconds to digest everything and come to peace. I understand. I get why they're doing it. There's some things I'm okay with. There's some things that I'm, yeah. And there's some things that I don't like. And this is not going to be a 30-minute video. We're just going to get down to brass tacks and stamps. I didn't read this, though I do like C.G. Miller, so I'll probably read this afterwards. But good lore is always important, just not for streams. Essentially, there are these 4 different types of units. They get progressively more cool, and then Shadow Scout Trooper. If this is not a playable unit soon, I will riot because that guy looks fucking awesome. I didn't read the abilities. They basically do the same thing. It's not that cool. Here's a list of the abilities that every character has. I'm sure it will be very important to memorize this for when the raid comes around. But I don't want to, at least not right now. I think the main issue that most people have is going to be twofold. The first is the remodding that's going to be taking place. If you have an opportunity, or if you know the owner of Hot Utils, I would put on your venture capitalist hat and I'd be like, hello, Mr. Hot Utils. I would like to give you $100,000 for 10% of Hot Utils, and you'll make a ton of money because every single person is going to buy Hot Utils, and I pray for the downfall of remods because I don't like remodding. I've never remodded for anything ever in my entire life because I'm a baby and I just don't care, and I'm a spoiled little brat, and I am more stubborn than I probably should be. But from everything that I gather, you're going to need to do quite a number of remods because it appears that the mods that you want for the raid are almost counterintuitive to the mods that you would want for like actual characters to play the rest of the game. And, you know, I have 600 million credits, so remodding is not exactly difficult. But I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to accept that I will be worse off than someone who either spends money to remod or spends a lot of time to remod. And I'm okay with that. I've come to peace with the fact that I won't have like an unbelievably broken 40% evasion chance and all of this other stuff, because the buffs at the higher tiers of these different modding outcomes are pretty substantial. And I just won't be participating in that because I don't care. Another thing is the time it is going to take to do this raid. It's 8 attempts instead of 5. 5 was already a lot. They have halved the frequency of the raid, which I'm a big fan of. It appears it's going to be once a week instead of twice a week, which they said they were going to do for the crate raid, but are doing now. And maybe if it's a week, I can stretch out 8 battles over 7 days and not want to blow my brains out. But I don't know about you guys, but especially with the crate raid these recent months, I've kind of just like, I just like forget to do the raid. You know what I mean? Because like the raid icon is always there. And I'm like, did I do this raid? And I like, was that last raid? Was that 2 raids ago? Have I raided this month? Do I even remember if I've done a raid this month? And then you go in and it's kind of boring. So my only hope is that text is not doing this justice. If it looks cool and it's very quick, like if the raid battles are fast, like if each attempt is like 1 to 3 minutes, this could be great, assuming that it's at least fun. If it's like crate raid, where like some of my longer crate raids are taking like 5 to 10 minutes, and I imagine it might take longer, at least initially, because I have no fucking idea what any of the ability. Like if I have to like look at my my stupid C-3PO riding a motorbike, and like I have to be like, all right, fuck, what ability am I? Can I zoom in? I'm like, fuck, what am I? Should I use my AX-20 blaster cannon, or he only actually has 2 abilities. Never mind, that was a bad example. My GLA, should I use my blaster cannon, or my get alongside that one, or my open fire, or my it's going down? You know, it might take a little bit extra time, but I think the sound of death leaving my mouth is the best way that I could explain how I feel about this. So what would make me happy? What would make me sad? What would make me happy is remodding doesn't appear to be as important as it appears to be on paper, right? If I can get a relatively, like if it's like mods in the real game, right? Like in the rest of, I don't know, I'm saying the real game. Prior to this, mods, if you got to like 80% of a game theory optimal mod on a character and you were sub 12, 13 million GP, or you were in like Hybrid 2 or lower, you were fine. You were good. It only really became a problem when you get to that like top 1,000, top 500 area where everyone spent unbelievable money or just has like crazy rosters that they've been building for the last 8 years. That's where that starts to, if it's like that, where it's like you want to have an 80% outcome and you don't need to remod, or you want to get it to that 85, 90, 95, 100, and you know, you're going for some whale box where you get like crazy rewards. If it's like that, I'll be fine. I'll be fine if I can just like accept my mods, get 80% of what I would, and go about my business like nothing happened. Then I wouldn't have to remod and I wouldn't have to care. I would be happy. If it's like you don't remod, you get fucked, I'll be pretty sad. I will actually, I think sad is an understatement. I'll be furious. If you have to remod for this, or else you get like 25% of what you could, I will never play this raid. I will leave my guild and I will just ride solo for the rest of time because I will be furious. I guess the other part is if it takes 1 to 3 minutes to do a raid and it's actually fun, I'll be happy. If these are like 5 to 8 minute raids per 8 attempts, I'll be quite sad. I will be quite sad. Outside of that, it doesn't appear that there's anything else that's like of note or interesting. You mostly get points for beating the other guys, which I guess makes sense. And you can beat them in various ways that I won't bother learning until the raid actually comes out. I need to actually know how to do it. So I say final APGAINS verdict. We did a poll of everyone in chat. 8% say they feel great about the raid. 30% say they feel good. 52%, and this is kind of how I feel, say meh. 9% say bad. I'm going to cast my official APGAINS seal of approval at meh. And then hopefully I am proven wrong. And I think there's a good chance that I will be, because I feel like they've been working on this long enough. I feel like they have the sauce. I think they have the sauce to make this good. But I don't think they did a good job of instilling confidence or happiness in this post. So I will await the future disappointment. Okay, bye-bye. Woo, bye-bye. Where the fuck is the end recording button? Oh, here it is.